Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am here to talk to you about sexual education, how it should be mandatory in high school. Now, I wanted to say high school is an ideal time of when molding the mind of young adults. And I would believe this is the best time to talk to them about sexual education for them to better understand their own body and what can help them later on in the future and prepare them for what is to come. Now, pregnancies and STDs, or sexual transmitted disease, STDs for short, are amongst our high school and middle school kids are still continuing to rise and still present in the population of students. Now, but if there was greater emphasis on how to use contraceptives or how to go about helping them prevent this, they could easily lower these numbers by doing these things, by implementing classes of what they can do to fix. Now, according to a study by Stranger Hall in 2011, in October, the U.S. ranked first among the developed countries that they studied by both pregnancies and STDs. In efforts to reduce these numbers, they implemented a only abstinence sexual education program for decades. But public controversies say that they feel that this is not working out and that they should continue at all. Now, during high school years, finding out you have STDs could be one of the biggest things, and it could flip your world completely in a moment you find out. In today's age, teens are amongst the highest, or are the most common cases when talking about STDs. Almost half of the population, almost half of the discovered cases are teens, according to HHS Gov on March 28, 2019. Now, another study showed by Journal of America Medicine Association, when dealing with young adults being sexually active, they did an experiment with their mental state and wrote in June 2002 on an article on their website, JAMA.com, adolescents who are diagnosed having STDs should be monitored for depression. The results were these findings suggest that adolescents' prevention care needs to be included regularly in comprehensive assessments on both mental health and body health on STDs. Now that I've discussed to you the effects of mental health on STDs, I will now tell you the effects of pregnancies on their mental health. When teens are sexually active, they can sometimes get lost in the moment of what they're doing and make a huge mistake that will change the rest of their lives. Now, according to the Mayo Clinic, in August 6, 2019, when teens have experienced pregnancy, they can go through several different reactions to the situation. They can go through anger, they can go through depression, they can go through denial, they can go through shock. But all this causes high blood pressure, and they have other things of anemia, premature birth, the low weight babies, and postpartum depression can happen when they're pregnant. In an article published by Grace Lucas in 2019, she studied 7 different women on what the effect of pregnancy stress were on them. And she found it was really no straight line between each 7 women, that they could it really all determined on what their past was and their current relationships and their economic economic insecurities and their social surveillance is what really affected a lot of their mental state. Now that I've discussed to you the facts of STDs, I will now show you the graphs of these facts. If you just follow me, I'll take you to the picture. This is a little different. I don't know how, so I had to just follow through. Alright. Now, according to Stranger Hall, posted on October 2011, she posted these. The U.S. was the highest ranking numbers for pregnancy rates by teens out of all these developed countries. Now, according to this CDC in 2010, shows the trends between all the countries in the U.S. in 2010. Now, direct your attention back to me. I will give you some solutions for these problems that could be happening. With the end of those graphs, please direct your attention back to me. When I look at this problem personally, I feel the solution could be at your own home. Inform the younger generation, such as your nieces, your brothers or sisters, on contraceptives. And it's okay to talk to your parents when someone gets pregnant or someone gets an STD. They need to know so they can help you fix this problem. And it makes it all a little bit smoother and through these transactions that change your life. Now, other solution was through the government, and what they did is they started implementing more classes, but their attention towards these classes, I feel, were not enough, and they needed to focus more on contraceptives and what their need is for contraceptives, and that how sex is okay in the country, and what kids need to know about how sex is okay. It's part of the body. It's what we do. Now, getting close to the end here, when you have kids yourself, I want you to remember what do you want them to learn in school on the subject of sexual education. Now, my final words, I will leave you with. With my final words now, I will leave you with high school is a very exciting time and what molds the minds of future young adults. All the decisions one makes in school can whether it be simple or complicated, could lead to life-altering effects. I just want you to remember what you need to know about your body for your future. Thank you.